much for being here today. It's been and is quite a. I started thinking of it like I don't even know how to come up with the correct adjectives, and most of you may or may not know, besides being Shannon's sister, which is pretty cool. Although I am her older sister. I'm also working in healthcare, as Bruce mentioned. I've been in the healthcare industry about as long as Shannon was in education. And what I want to do is just right now is to first of all thank all of you for coming to celebrate my sister's legacy of service. She truly was a remarkable person. We were blessed with parents that provided us with both a heart for Christ and through him a passion for service. You all represent, as Sean said, that passion in some way today. She was both truly an educator and a servant, as the memorial card that was made so clearly represents. I would like to thank you all for honoring Shannon with the sweater avalanche, is what I decided to call it. What you may or may not be aware is that all of the sweaters, not only the ones from today, but they're literally sweaters being donated literally around the country. I have friends in Canada in a Rotary Club that are collecting sweaters today. A good friend in Alaska took sweaters into a shelter today. There are sweaters in Arizona. I'm fairly confident there's well over 100 sweaters that were collected today in Arizona from her friend Davida, who was the picture that was the, anyway, there's a picture of her up there. So, anyway, there are a few things that she was adamant about when we discussed what she wanted today to be. As you know, or may not know, she was not a fan of cut flowers at funerals. She thought it was morbid to bring a dead flower to a dead person. Okay, that would be Shannon's humor in action. I'm pretty sure she's grinning broadly both at this idea and all of your faces right now. As I'd like to specifically, though, recognize the Pt6 leadership class. I just learned this recently from Deb Burdett. Their leadership class collected a lot of clothing, warm clothing over the last few weeks. That's what I think I understand correctly. And they're donating all of that clothing today. Is there anyone from the Pt6 leadership class? I just really like to thank you so much. The class decided to donate it in Shannon's honor today. So I think that's pretty special in all of this. I'd also like to thank Shannon's friends, we call the Copa ladies, for managing this project. So as you know that not only were there hundreds of sweaters collected today, they're being collected and donated to shelters around the country and in Canada. The ones here will be going to several local charities that Shannon supported, so they will be used. But to further her heart for service, I've asked another group of her friends, they call themselves the GGs, which I have no idea what that stands for and I don't really want to, but they're going to hand out some cards. It's not that great. And what we'd like to do is, to further her heart for service, I didn't know I was a professional speaker. I have a request for each of you. You'll be handing a card with two things on it. One is a request for that commitment, that potato that Sean talked about. Sometime this year to do one act of service in Shannon's memory. It doesn't matter what form it takes. It just asks that you be willing to do one thing. And there's on the card is actually boxes to check with the thing that most strikes you as being something you'd like to do. And I think there's pins around, and if you don't have one, borrow one from somebody. And the second thing that's on that form is that it's also my way of doing a guest book. I don't know about you guys, but guest books, I never know what to do with them after they're done, and I can't read half your handwriting anyway. So please print. But it's important to me. I would really like to know who's been here today and how you knew Shannon. So I'm just asking you to fill those cards out, and then the ladies will pick them back up for you. But at the end of all of this, I am going to be writing a summary on her Facebook page of what was committed to by all of you as a recognition, and then I'll be switching her Facebook page over to legacy status. So if I've been liking some of your comments on there recently, you're thinking it's Shannon haunting you. It's not, it's me, and I forgot that I was in her Facebook page, sorry. Okay. So, in addition, I would like to recognize and thank those of you who've added your talents, gifts, and heart in memory of Shannon to this celebration. Bruce, Donna Ray, Brooke and Reagan, I'm so blessed to call you family. Right now my business partner said take a deep breath so I won't cry, and because neither my sister and I like it when we cry because our voices get really high like this and it sounds really stupid. Okay, so take a deep breath. Okay. I want to thank also my business partners who are also family to me. Kim and Michelle, and Irv, thank you so much for coming today. It's pretty remarkable, and I feel very, very fortunate. Mark and Maddie, and all of my extended family here, Sharon, thank you for your support. Thank you for caring about Shannon in a time that was very dark. Karen, Rob, and Linda, or as my dad calls them, the boy and the girl. Laurelyn, Nate, Karen, accompanying us. Oh, shoot, I know I was going to do this. Thank you. Jill, Sean, and I guess Jen. And some of the behind-the-scenes folks, Joan, Sandy, Susan, Linda, Pat, Deb, Mike, Barb, Diane, and all the Gigi's, you know who you are. Thank you for your heart for Shannon and the many ways you extended your friendship for her to me. To those of you who travel from distant places, and I think John Kim probably wins for Hawaii on that one, unless somebody wants to beat him out on that. I want to thank you so much. I know, quite frankly, that Shannon is humbled and pleased by your effort. Thank you, Josh and Rob and Michael for the amazing music and pictures. And I especially want to thank Mark. I call him the Goodman dude. He's the maintenance guy who made all this stuff happen. And most importantly, he actually gave me the word for the rest of the time that I hope we share it together, which is fellowship. What we're going to do now is, if anything, Shannon was known for fun and food and fellowship. Congested has stopped working. Okay. There are thousands of stories about Shannon in this room, and she asked that instead of an open mic sharing time, we spend time together sharing those stories with one another over a taste of some of her favorite mashes. Some of you have not seen each other for a long time. Renew your friendships. Some of you see each other every day. Talk about how you appreciate what you put into action because of Shannon's influence. However, before we start to share, I want to explain a couple of other things first. First, the red vines and the peanut M&Ms, okay? According to those in the know, this was when Shannon was part of the CISPA's leadership camp program. No meeting started without the requisite RVs and PMMs, okay? She was also adamant that they be part of this event today. I mean, I heard it more than once, okay? Yeah, we heard the flower story and sweaters and peanuts a lot, okay? Or the M&Ms, okay. I hope you've been noshing on them throughout the entire celebration, and certainly hope there are none left by the time we all go home, okay? So now, about that birthday song that everyone, a couple people mentioned, and it actually was mentioned in a newspaper article up here and the stuff I put together. This is a sister story, and it's the only one I'm going to tell. Come and talk to me. I've got a few more. Most of them I look pretty good, but you look pretty stupid. But anyway, oh my God. This one is where this came from. And so the story is that my parents, when we were younger, we shared a bedroom in Mount Vernon, Washington, which is where we were both born. And my sister being 2 years younger, and the only reason she's 1 year, 364 days younger than me, and she pointed that out every year on her birthday. And then this punchline that she would always come up with is my dad was a banker, and he was very precise, and he planned on us both being born on the same day. Oops, he forgot about leap year by the time he remembered it was too late. Okay. That was her voice. I just channeled for you, by the way. Yeah, and Ellen also told that one a fair number of times for those who knew him. So anyway, but what she would do then is on Saturday mornings, we were not allowed to get up out of the bed. She was not allowed to get out of the bedroom, and she's a morning person, and I am not. And so every morning, Saturday morning, she'd come and stand by my bed and breathe until I woke up. And if I wasn't breathing fast or waking up fast enough, her next move was, "Are you awake yet?" I am not joking. She'd stick her finger in my eye and make me wake up. So, fast forward to many years later, our birthdays, celebrating them together, she found this song. And she had a record made with my name in it, and it's now known as the birthday song. And so she would call me at 5 a.m. on my birthday every year and play this song on a record until she had it finally memorized. And so what I was thinking of is that in sort of a great way for us to start celebrating Shannon is, first of all, I'd like to just know how many of you in the room heard or received the gift of the birthday song Shannon Style on your birthday. Would you please stand up? Stand up. Okay. Now, anyone who has a birthday, please stand up. I'm just hoping everyone has a birthday. Okay. Otherwise, you're sad. Stand up. Josh, would you please play the birthday song? We can all sing along. Hey God, it's your birthday. I'm charged with the stars and I'm here to say, hey, big guy, you're the big star today. How many remember this? My name is Zoom, I live on the moon, but I came down to earth just to sing you this tune. Big guy, it's your birthday today. I want to wish you all a year of happy birthdays and thank you for being part of Shannon's life. Please spend this time enjoying one another and thank you for all for coming. And we hope you enjoy some. There's lots of noshing to do over here and a chance to just visit with one another. Thank you again for being such a special part of her world.